Never thirsty. Never thirsty.
So there you go. There's a very interesting guy who he wasn't, he answered all my questions.
Yeah, I wonder if there's an Old Dirty Bastard album coming out. We could have confirmed it live on this show first.
Sounded like there's one coming,
but he didn't confirm it. It was close. It was close.
It was close. But
it
cool.
was a great interview.
Yeah, and we still have 13 minutes to chat more. This is exciting. We never have time to chat. This is huge. Is there something you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, well, what's going on? What has been going on lately? The government almost shut down yesterday.
You know what? I haven't really paid much attention, and I should be because, I should be. But I heard that too. But you know what? I've noticed if you don't put on CNN and Fox News, if you don't see something crazy happening right outside your door, and you need to if some crazy world event takes place that you need to turn on the news to see what's going on, you shouldn't turn on the news.
Listen, let me tell you something right now.
Because even YouTube is dangerous. But my point is that it's like me not watching it. I'm not being sold the fear, and I'm not afraid of something. You can't be afraid of something you don't know. So maybe that's ignorant too.
No,
you should know.
There's a bliss in that.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, but I do know, so I can't pretend like I don't know anything. I mean, I'm not really following it, but I do keep things on. But I also think that everything is very much there's always some next thing to worry about. And that's part of what the news cycle is. And, if you go to the news for your news, that's probably the best place. That's probably the only time to go there. Otherwise, it's just entertainment, or not entertainment. It's a way to sort of keep you engaged. It's you believe one side, you'll watch one channel. You believe one side, you'll watch one channel. That's, both guys who own those channels are probably
it's universally terrible.
Yeah.
I've never really watched the news and felt great after watching it.
There are certain guys that I can watch that I do believe that I'm watching, that I don't feel, on Fox News, for example. You wouldn't expect me to be Fox News. And I haven't watched in a long time, but during the election and all that, I was definitely on there all the time watching, just like everybody else. And I actually preferred to watch the Fox News because I wanted to see what they were saying. That's I knew what the CNN side was saying, but I wanted to hear what the Fox guys, how they were reacting, what they were saying. It was intriguing to flip back and forth. But there's a guy called Chris Wallace, not to be confused with the notorious Chris Wallace.
Never.
But, Chris Wallace, he's good. And there's a guy called
what?
When he does the news or when he's doing anything, I don't feel I feel like he's not BSing. I feel like he's not towing the company line. I feel like he says what he wants to say. And then there's another guy, Brett Baer at Fox News.
I don't mess with Fox News.
Yeah, so he's one of their sort of regular reporter dudes, but he seems like he's pretty balanced. And then you turn to CNN, and it's I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Listen, there's always a lot going on.
I like Wolf. Wolf Blitzer, you like Wolf?
No, listen. Let me tell you how I get my news. I get my news by clips from all the channels. On YouTube, there's news clips of channels from everywhere.
Yeah.
So you get to watch the world's view. You get to watch our view. And then it's just a blur of finger pointing, disaster, and vaccines.
The funny thing is that the place that I get my actual real news from, not a joke here, real news. To me, I get caught up on the actual news through comedy. Now, hear me out. I'll watch late night Seth Meyers, and he does his monologue, and it's that's the news.
Yeah, Bill
Or
Maher.
Saturday Night Live does the news, the weekend update. That's actually news stories. That's not, they don't write those stories. That's really the news. And it's the way that it's presented on those shows and I guess John Oliver or Bill Maher. You know, those are places where I think there's actually like it's more balanced. It's like comedians are not afraid to go after something that they think is wrong.
No, they're the truth
That's in their
tellers.
DNA.
They speak the truth.
Yeah, so I think that the comedians are actually the best source of news because that's who I watch.
Well, listen, Bill Maher is the news for me, I would say, for a lot of things that I watch. He gives it to me the way I need to hear it. It's digestible.
Yeah.
It sounds more, it comes from a realer space coming from him or coming from comedians in general. So I agree with that. That's always been what's oh man, I can't even, he just passed away, like maybe not just passed away. He was a very cynical comedian, beard,
George
ponytail.
Carlin.
George Carlin.
The man.
The man.
The best.
The man. Yes, one of the best.
Yes.
You know, so he's definitely I used to get a lot of information from him straight from his mouth. He was very current.
I mean,
you know,
it's still the same. You can listen to George Carlin now. Some of it is probably didn't age well, but most of it probably did. And yeah, I mean, I think that I got to a certain age where there's a certain age where you get to where when George Carlin starts making sense. Because when I was a young kid, I didn't care about him at all. And when he was on, Bill and Ted's and all that, I didn't make the connection. I was too young. But then when I got to a certain age where you're actually listening to what he's saying, then it's like, this is a TED talk. It's like not even stand-up comedy. It's just
about humans.
Yeah.
About human behavior.
And he's brilliant in that sense. Chris Rock for sure Chris Rock. But Dave Chappelle is like the modern day George Carlin to me. I feel like Dave Chappelle can go up and talk about whatever's on his mind, and he'll find a way in an entertaining way to say something complex and to get me thinking about something, whether I agree with him or not. He knows how to do that. He's a magical thinker, Dave Chappelle.
Yes. Dave, we need you on the show, Dave.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Dave also talks about humans. Comedians always focus their news first. It goes from the human being outward.
Well, he also, I feel like, he's kind of like George Carlin. Like he talks about, he's not afraid to go to talk about whatever the biggest issue is, whatever the secret elephant in the room is, that's my third swear.
It's all right, brother. Things happen.
Yeah, I apologize.
We're talking about Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle's the man.
He
like goes up, he starts smoking cigs, and he's just like he's just like so classic.
Yeah, he's an iconic. He's my favorite right now.
He's everybody's favorite. Never mind yours. It's like someone doesn't like Dave Chappelle, then
they're terrorists.
Don't trust them. Yeah. All right. Well, this has been a good one. Hopefully, we'll have some more positive updates on our lives. But there's definitely stuff coming outside of this.
Listen, can I plug Rock? Shout out to Rock from Helter Skelter.
Of course.
He has an album coming out in the next few months, produced by Ron Browse, and we're gonna get him on the show to talk about.
Is WireFang on that album?
No, WireFang's not. But WireFang has a secret little single with Rock.
Oh, that's right.
Listen, Jamie Kennedy. Oh, listen, you know what's funny? Here we go. Here's a funny story. Well, you weren't there, but you were there. When we were shooting a video on Jamie's lawn, these people pulled up. You saw the video when they pulled up and they were from Staten Island. So it was just like, oh, okay. I ran into them yesterday. Somebody introduced me to the guy, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know you. And I was like, wait, I met you in LA on in front of Jamie Kennedy's house, shooting a video. It was bizarre because he's from Staten Island. I never saw him in my life.
And to run into somebody in New York where there's like 20 million people, it's crazy.
Yeah. So shout out to that. But yeah, WireFang got that. But also WireFang has a few other treats with Stu Stone. The Jitty. We don't talk about that enough. You got that. You got a few songs. What's Acapulco Gold? Listen, is that for sale? I think it is.
I think you got to smash that subscribe button.
No, listen, you don't see. Listen, Acapulco Gold, one of the best records that came out this year to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious. You laugh. Listen, you said Dave
Well,
Chappelle.
hopefully by the holiday season there'll be some videos and what.
The videos are on deck, and it's shot by the Last American B-Boy, the super music video director, MCs / everything you need me to be. You know, but I'm telling you right now, the Jitty. Please go down to iTunes and search WireFang featuring the Jitty. You will not be disappointed.
All right. Very good. There you go. We have had a great time here. Shout out to WireFang. Shout out to Cable Guy Jeff. Shout out to Neff. We're going to be doing this again. So you're going to want to hit subscribe so you can get notified when we put videos up.
Yep.
That's how this works. And you can never be thirsty by staying hydrated. Yeah, man. You got to stay hydrated. I'm drinking coffee. That's not a good thing to stay hydrated with. So I'm not practicing what I preach. But I see he's got the double cup there. What's in your cup?
This is Sprite Zero.
Sprite Zero. So it's like twice as awful.
No. Au contraire.
Sprite Zero?
It destroys Diet Sprite.
Diet.
I hate Diet Sprite.
Who drinks Diet Sprite?
Listen, I can't. I like the taste of the carbonated sweet stuff, so I can't keep putting sugar down my neck all the time. You know.
Yeah.
So,
well, listen. So you're drinking Sprite Zero. So is there like another chemical that's put in there instead of sugar?
Yes, it's a different sweetener that doesn't have that aftertaste that the diet stuff has. It shocked me when I had it for the first time,
and it was delicious.
That was fantastic.
Well, there you go. Sprite Zero. If you're listening, there will be some Sprite Zero with Neff's hand holding it. T-shirts coming soon.
That's right.
We've now found out that Sprite Zero is his drink of choice.
Yes,
we will not let him live that down. We will make sure to remind him that Sprite Zero is his favorite. Sprite Zero. If you were like so thirsty, you would reach for an ice cold Sprite Zero. That would be your first reach.
No.
Okay, just want to make that clear. We're cool again.
Yeah, no. If I'm super thirsty, I don't know if there's a brand of anything that I would particularly care for. I just want to drink something. So but that's no disrespect to Sprite Zero. You're still the top in my top on the top shelf of my fridge.
I'll tell you what. If I was so thirsty, which would never happen because this is never thirsty and we don't get thirsty here, but in a weird, hypothetical, bizarro world where I do these broadcasts and I don't swear, it's a perfect world. And I'm so thirsty, I would drink a Sprite Zero if that was the only thing available to me.
Next time I see you, I'm coming with a Sprite Zero for you.
I will not drink it because I won't be thirsty, and neither should you guys. Thank you for joining us. Again, I'm Stu, a.k.a. Chitty Bambino. That's NVRThirsty. Neff,
the
B-boy of all B-boys, and WireFang from Dusseldorf. And this has been Never Thirsty.
Never thirsty. Never thirsty.